To begin, we're going to go right into the login screen, and from here we're going to log in to our demo account. Now, the first thing you'll see is the top left, you'll see the doctor's name. Now this is a fictitious doctor, John Doe, with the main menu items all on top: dashboard, claims, appointments, patients, submissions, your reports, and some system configuration items. Let us start by looking at the four main reports. You've got the files submitted and paid in the last 6 months. This tells you what you've sent to the ministry and how much you've gotten paid. You can see here these are large errors. Here's what's been submitted. Green is paid, red is errors, and you can easily see where you've been getting paid. Obviously, this doctor is losing some money. Here you'll see what's called the open status claims. This tells you what you have in the system currently entered but not submitted or sent to the ministry, and you can see the number of patients in each of these graphs, so you can tell if those are the right number of people per the day that you've seen here. At the bottom left you'll see the errors. It gives you different errors, and here normally you would have the submitted, but we don't have anything submitted to the ministry, and we really can't. This is a demo account, so this chart will not be filled in our demo. Okay. From here, we'll go back into, well, before we do that, actually, we'll demonstrate any of these charts are clickable. So I can click on here, I can get to see the number of patients open. I can go back to the dashboard. I can show what's been submitted or what errors are coming back. So it tells us, you know, these ones are archived. Just again, it's a demo account, but it tells us the status of each of the claims, the errors with them as well. The dashboard, again, we'll go back to the errors. If we click on a specific error, we get the error report, and you can highlight over the errors to know what errors are happening. In this case was just EH2s, which is version code, but let's open a larger file. You'll see VJ7s out of service, ERF, referring physician is not available, and so on and so on. Okay, all these codes will appear with, you can highlight them and you'll get the error. All right, let's go back to dashboard. Now from the dashboard, you can go to claims. This is where you do all your entries. Here you type in a few letters of the name and it searches for a patient within those first name, last name, or you can even use a health card number. So we're going to go ahead and select this doctor, and this patient, and from here you'll see their name, their first name, last name, date of birth, telephone number. You'll see the health card registration and the version code, and of course a referring physician if there's one associated. In the middle you'll get to see the patient's name again, and then you can select the service date. In this case we're going to go ahead and do A007. You select it. You can select the number of units, one service unit, and the diagnosis. We'll just use a 252 for our example. For the plan, if this is just a regular health visit, it's normally HCP, which is the health plan. If it's an out-of-province patient, so they're from a different province, excluding Quebec, of course, would be an RMB. And if it's a workers' compensation board, you'd select a WCB. And right away from here, you can see whether you've seen this patient in person or the phone or video, so that the additional tracking codes are added for you. On the right-hand side, you'll see supplemental information such as service location indicator, lab or facility, or admission dates, or if this requires a manual review. From this point here, you can click Add New Service Entry, and the claim is added for you. In this case, it's added with a tracking code of 301, which is the telephone tracking code. Okay. And that is how simple it is to do an entry. Once you want to do the next patient, you just type in the next patient's name, you find them, and you do the same. Now it's going to remember the date that you're on, so you can just enter a new service code. We'll do A001 and 1 unit, 252 again, and this time we'll make it in person, add. Now, of course, these patients that I've just seen, they're getting added into the open claims. So we'll go look for the 313 here in a second. So if I click dashboard, you'll see 313 is right here. You'll see 4 patients in that day from other experiments we've done. And you can see the patients that we entered today. Okay. Now, one additional feature in the claims is if you don't have a patient in your system, so this is a new patient you're seeing, you can simply type in their health card number. And once you type in their health card number and you press enter, if it doesn't find it, we automatically get the demographic information from the ministry, and that saves this new patient. Of course, I can't demo this with a real health card number, so what this will do is actually get you all the information. You don't need to do anything. The only thing you'll need to enter is the version code. And once you've selected the patient, then you're back to the same thing. Now the system will remember this patient's last visit service code. So if you've seen this patient before, as a similar code like A07 or K197 or whatever the code is, it will appear with all the pertinent information here. And that's pretty much it for the claims section. Now from here we can go back to dashboard. We get to see again the information I showed here, but we want to show quickly the appointments. It just allows you to schedule appointments for patients. I have myself in here, but you can click on the calendar. You can add a patient by searching their name. You select them. You can say they're booked. You set the start and end time. You save it, and you can actually go right to the day sheet. So we're going to go to the day sheet, and we're going to go back to the 14th. In this case, it's here, and you can see there's the name here. Now you can move the appointment. If you're looking at it by week and they change dates, you can move it by dates. It's movable and it will record that. Now what's interesting about this is when you click on this, you can actually from here, if you're seeing this patient today, you can click on claim entry and get right to the claim entry form with that pertinent information. And you'll see this person has been used for many other experiments before, many other demos, and all the information is there for them. Okay. Patients is the ability where you can actually look at the history of a patient. So we'll click on this, and here you can get to see by typing in a person's name. So here we're going to just type a few letters. We're going to do a find. It's going to find this person here for us. It's going to give us their demographic information. This happens to be a New Brunswick patient. You can have additional information like telephone number, notes, emails, contact information, whatever you need. And here you can look at their view history, and you're able to see the history that's been serviced for this patient. And it goes back, and you can download it to an Excel file for your convenience. In addition, we do have requisition forms. We currently have 4 key requisition forms that this will automatically insert the doctor's name and the patient's name into that form for your convenience. Okay, let's go from there. We'll go to submission. Now today we see a lot of claims in March that we're submitting. These are all the open claims that I have, and simply all you have to do is press create a claim. It's going to create a file for you. This file then you can press request to upload. Now since this is a demo account, we're not going to be able to see that, and this created claim is not submitted, but you'll notice that the open claims is missing, doesn't have anything. We do have a created claim board which we can show, or a graph. On a daily basis we'll get back reconciliation reports, so we can get to the reconciliation reports. You can get to view the details of those reports. You can download to Excel, and we also have errors in submitted files. This is something where we match whatever files you've submitted to what errors ministry says, and we'll tell you where they are. You can go right into editing mode, and you can edit the claims right here on the spot, and it will automatically help you with the resubmission process. You also have the actual error files that come from the ministry, so you can look at the details in a different perspective. And you can look at the batch reports, which is really more for our system to validate that the file you submitted has been received correctly. Besides that, under physician, under system, there's physician info. This allows you to update and add your information here. Again, this is our fictitious doctor. Thank you. Hope this video was helpful to you.